The confetti was still falling. The trophy was still warm in her hands. And the tears of joy were still fresh on her cheeks. Alex Eala had just made history, becoming the first Filipino player to win a WTA Tour singles title at the $1.64 million DC Open. The stadium was electric, the crowd was roaring, and the celebration was just beginning. But what happened next left everyone stunned. Tournament chairman Markine took the microphone, his voice echoing through the arena. And then he made an announcement that no one saw coming. A surprise bonus. A $10 million reward. The biggest in DC Open history. The crowd erupted. Alex Eala was left speechless. Today on Top Spin, we are breaking down the shocking surprise, the emotional reaction, and why this moment will be remembered as one of the most iconic in tennis history. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell. The journey to the DC Open title was nothing short of extraordinary. Alex Eala arrived in Washington as a wildcard, ranked world number 28. She had never won a WTA Tour title before. She had never even reached a WTA 500 final. But from the very first match, it was clear that something special was happening. In the first round, Eala stunned Olympic gold medalist Cheng Qinwen in a thrilling 3-set battle. She was down a set and a break, but she refused to quit, winning 7 consecutive games to take the match 4-6, 6-4, 6-1. Then came the second round. The defending champion, Leylah Fernandez. Eala dominated the first set, winning 6-2. But Fernandez fought back in the second set, building a 5-1 lead. Eala won 5 straight games to level the set at 5-5, then dominated the tiebreak 7-1. The victory was her second consecutive win over a seeded player. In the quarterfinals, Eala faced world number 10 Alina Svitolina. She won 6-3, 6-4, securing her 6th victory over a top 10 player this year. The semi-finals were a battle against 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka. Eala won 6-4, 6-2, reaching the biggest final of her career. Then came the final against world number 3 Jessica Pegula. The first set went to Pegula, 6-4. Eala was leading 2-1 in the second set when rain suspended play. When they returned on Monday, Eala was unstoppable. She won the second set 6-4 and then swept the third 6-0, winning 8 consecutive games to seal the victory. She fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face. She had done it. She had made history. Eala had defeated some of the best players in the world to reach the final. Her victory over Pegula was the icing on the cake. The tennis world was watching, and the Philippines was celebrating. Alex Eala was ready for the next challenge. The DC Open was just the beginning of a new chapter in her incredible story. She was not just a tennis player, she was a global icon. She had just won the biggest title of her career, and the celebration was just beginning. The crowd was on its feet, cheering for their new champion. And then, Markine stepped up to the microphone. As the championship ceremony reached its peak, tournament chairman Markine took the stage. He had been watching Eala's historic run with immense pride. He had seen the passion of the Filipino fans, the energy of the crowd, and the incredible performance of the young champion. He wanted to do something special. Something that would be remembered for years to come. I'm incredibly proud of everything you've accomplished this week, Alex, Eala said, his voice echoing through the stadium. You didn't just win a tennis tournament. You made history. You inspired millions. And you showed the world what it means to be a true champion. To honor that, and to show our appreciation for everything you've done for this tournament, we want to present you with a very special bonus. The crowd fell silent. Everyone was waiting. And then, Eala dropped the bombshell. A $10 million bonus. The biggest in the history of the DC Open. The stadium erupted. The roar of the crowd was deafening. Fans jumped to their feet, cheering and applauding. The moment was pure magic. Alex Eala stood frozen, her eyes wide with disbelief. She had just won the biggest title of her career. She had made history for the Philippines. And now, she was being rewarded with a 10 million bonus. The words seemed to echo in her mind. The moment was a testament to the impact she has had on the sport and the tournament. Aine explained the reasoning behind the bonus. We've never seen anything like the Eala effect, he said. You brought thousands of fans to this tournament. You turned Washington into a celebration of Filipino pride. And you played some of the best tennis we've ever seen. You deserve this, Alex. You've earned it. The words were a reflection of the respect and admiration that Eala has earned. She had not only won a tournament, she had created a movement. The tennis world was watching, and the Philippines was celebrating. Alex Eala was ready for the next challenge. The bonus was a recognition of her impact, and it was a sign that she had arrived. The moment Mark Aine announced the 10 million bonus, Alex Eala was completely speechless. She stood frozen, her hand over her mouth, her eyes wide with disbelief. The crowd was on its feet, cheering and applauding. The moment was pure magic. Eala took a moment to compose herself. She was overwhelmed by the unexpected gesture. She had already been on an emotional roller coaster throughout the tournament, and this was the culmination of everything she had worked for. She stepped up to the microphone, her voice trembling with emotion. That I don't even know what to say, she began. This is incredible. I never expected anything like this. I'm just so grateful. To Mark Aine, to the tournament organizers, to everyone who made this possible, thank you. This means more than you can imagine. The crowd erupted in applause once again. Eala turned to Aine, her eyes glistening with tears. She hugged him, a gesture of pure gratitude. The moment was captured by dozens of cameras, and it was a powerful symbol of the bond between the champion and the tournament. Eala also took the opportunity to thank her fans. To all the Filipino fans who came out to support me, thank you, she said. You guys are the reason I was able to win this tournament. Your energy, your love, your support, it carried me through every match. This victory is for all of you. Salamat po. The words captured the essence of her journey. She had achieved something historic, but she had not done it alone. She had the support of her fans, her family, her coaches, and the entire Filipino community. The bonus was a recognition of her achievements, but it was also a recognition of the movement she has created. The tennis world was watching, and the Philippines was celebrating. Alex Eala was ready for the next challenge. The 10 million bonus was more than just a financial reward. It was a reflection of the impact that Alex Eala has had on the DC Open and the sport of tennis. Her historic run had transformed the tournament, turning it into a celebration of Filipino pride. Mark Aine had been instrumental in bringing the tournament to Washington. He had been involved with the tournament since 2019 and was part of the group that bought the Washington Commanders. He had seen the potential of the tournament and the passion of the fans. And he had witnessed the Eala effect firsthand. Eala's matches drew massive crowds, and the atmosphere was electric. The chants of Eala, 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 echoed through the stadium, creating a home court advantage for the Filipina star. Aine acknowledged the impact of Eala's run in his announcement. We've never seen anything like the Eala effect, he said. You brought thousands of fans to this tournament. You turned Washington into a celebration of Filipino pride. And you played some of the best tennis we've ever seen. You deserve this, Alex. You've earned it. The words were a reflection of the respect and admiration that Eala has earned. The bonus was a strategic move as well. It was a signal to the rest of the tennis world that the DC Open is a tournament that rewards excellence. It was a statement that the tournament is committed to supporting its champions and investing in the future of the sport. The bonus would help Eala invest in her training, her team, and her future. It would allow her to continue her rise and achieve even greater success. The legacy of the Eala effect will be felt for years to come. The tournament has attracted a new audience, a demographic that was previously untapped. The support from the fans has been overwhelming, and the tournament organizers are already planning to accommodate the demand. The Eala effect is a phenomenon that is only going to grow, and the world is just beginning to see what this young Filipina sensation is capable of. The tennis world was watching, and the Philippines was celebrating. Alex Eala was ready for the next challenge. Let us zoom out. The 10 million bonus was about more than just one player. It was about the changing nature of tennis and the power of a single individual to inspire a nation. Alex Eala's victory at the DC Open was a historic moment for the Philippines. She had become the first Filipino player to win a WTA Tour singles title. She had defeated some of the best players in the world to achieve that feat. She had shown that Filipinos can compete with the best. The support from her fans was a testament to the impact she has had on the Philippines. She is not just a tennis player, she is a movement. The tennis world is watching, and the Philippines is celebrating. Alex Eala is ready for the next challenge. The DC Open is just the beginning of a new chapter in her incredible story. She is not just a tennis player, she is a global icon. Eala has often spoken about the importance of staying grounded. I don't see myself any differently. I know who I am, she said earlier in the tournament. Her humility is one of her defining qualities, and it is one of the reasons she has become so beloved. Despite her success, she remains connected to her roots and committed to representing the Philippines with pride and honor. The DC Open is a celebration of that commitment. The fans who turned out to support her were not just there to watch a tennis match, they were there to celebrate a shared achievement. They were there to show the world that the Philippines is proud of its daughter. And Eala, as always, was grateful and humble, embodying the very qualities that made her a hero in the first place. The tournament is a moment of national unity, a moment of pure joy, and a moment that proves that a young woman from Manila can conquer the world. As she once said, it's hard not to get their energy. In Washington, that energy carried her forward. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell.